guys, welcome back to Let's Play Star Ocean 3. Last time we got the arrival of Maria and we found the plot, at least to some extent. We just got out of the room in the bottom right corner there, and now we need to go talk to the Queen. Sorry again about... Whoa, that was weird. The sound was not what I expected. Sorry about the how long last episode was. Again, the sequences in upcoming areas are going to be long. They were actually nice enough in one that's at least over half an hour.
Your Majesty,
to give us a point to save in the middle of it, which is nice. So, yeah. Hopefully we don't get, bogged down in that this time.
Well.
There should be some other stuff to do.
You say you're from another world.
At least they don't explain us what we already know on
Stop
screen.
wasting Her Majesty's time.
Silence, Lascelles.
Shut up, you fool.
Your Majesty.
I understand your surprise, but what we speak is the truth.
This is quite sudden, not to mention quite difficult to believe.
No
However,
doubt.
Recent events in our country leave me with no choice but to believe.
Yeah,
Your
you just
Majesty,
saw a ship
these
come from
people
the
can
sky
be
and
trusted.
destroy everything.
I believe they are telling the truth. And you say this new enemy will return again? Why would that be?
I think that I am their objective.
So, you are the cause of this entire affair?
I don't
Well, that'll
believe
make
it
them feel real
myself,
good.
But yes.
Then all we have to do is hand you over to them.
Makes
then
sense.
Go home, no?
Lascelles, you are to remain silent.
Your Majesty.
You're an idiot.
Can we fight these Vendini with our thunder arrow?
I can't be sure, but I believe so. The thunder arrow would divert the Vendini long enough for us to leave the planet and fix this situation.
For the sake of our country, it might indeed be best to simply hand you over to them.
Yes,
However,
it would.
You are our guest. It would not be proper for us to abandon you now.
Well,
Your
not
Majesty,
even
you
being
mean-
a guest. We helped you.
Yes.
You owe us one.
We shall let you use the thunder arrow.
Your Majesty, thank you very much.
All right, somebody get to work on
We
fixing
are
that thing
grateful,
up properly.
Your Majesty.
Where's that superconducting aluminum?
Yeah, but what are you going to do about the range problem? It's not much good to us if we can't reach them.
Yeah, I know.
We don't really have a useful ship.
got a problem!
Oh, what now?
Watch your tone. You are in the presence of Her Majesty.
See, I
the
really
Queen.
hate Lascelles. I want to strangle the little guy.
Cadan.
What the hell's Cadan?
What?
Who?
It was one of those celestial ships, Your Majesty. They landed right next to the shrine. believe they're
Oh,
headed
so
for
the
the
one that
sacred orb.
Maria blew down there. Sacred
The
Orb.
sacred orb?
They wear a strange kind of armor and are equipped with weapons that emit glowing beams of light. The runologists have them stopped for the moment, but they can't do anything against those weapons. At
Not
this rate, they'll
very
build the
many
sacred
people
orb
could.
in no time.
There aren't very
Glowing
many
weapons.
defenses against
Those would
phasers.
be disruptor rifles. They must be
Whatever,
remnants of
same
the
thing.
Vendini fleet.
You blew up, well, you knocked
That's
the ship
the
down,
case.
but
Why
you
are they
didn't blow
going
it
after
up.
the orb instead of us?
Yeah, that
What's
doesn't make a
Cadan?
lot of
What's the
sense.
sacred orb?
Cadan is the holy land of our church. It's where
Oh.
the sacred orb is enshrined, a mysterious sphere that emits the purest light. Holy water flows freely from it. It is said that in the hands of Aquaria's ruler, the orb is capable of all kinds of miracles.
Hey,
The waters of this lake which surround Aquios are also of the sacred orb.
so why didn't you just use the miracles associated with that to win the war? Continuity.
Your Majesty, which way is Cadan?
To the east of Aquios,
Okay, so what are you gonna do? Ah, tricorder. Gotta love it.
I see. Interesting.
Well, call in for second opinion. What do we have here?
What in the world?
Yeah, pretty much.
What is it?
Someone
I'm
gonna tell me.
picking up an energy reading in the location you described that is too technologically advanced for this planet. It's even beyond our ability to identify.
Oh.
What?
It may be a so-called out-of-place artifact, or OPA. I bet the Vendini detected this sacred orb while they were searching for us.
So you think they're after the sacred orb?
It's the most likely explanation. If you look back at history, anyone who got their hands on OPAs acquired incredible power. It would pretty much go without saying they'd want it.
Yeah.
That's terrible. We can't let them steal our sacred orb. Your Majesty, we must send soldiers immediately.
Yeah, they're not going to do much.
Yes. Take your unit and make for Kadan at once.
Your Majesty.
Please, wait a moment, Your Majesty.
We are sorry, but we must attend to your business later. Responding to these thieves at Kadan must take precedence.
Of course.
That's what I'm saying.
We need to get distracted away from the main plot again.
The military could stand up to them with their current equipment.
Obviously.
We are aware of this, but we cannot let them steal the sacred orb.
Look, I'll go to Kadan.
I love interfering!
What are
Screw
you
the
thinking?
UP3!
It's my fault the Vendini ever came here in the first place. I have to accept responsibility somehow.
Hey, wait a second. You mean we, right? You
Of
planning on
course.
going there alone?
He's right.
Maria?
Going alone would be suicidal. If you die, then I've come here for nothing. I'm going too.
Hey.
Thank you.
Very well. Then we shall leave it to you.
Your Majesty, I'll go with them as well.
Thank you.
Yes, please do. As the situation is grave, we give you permission to use the Sealed Cavern. Show them the way.
The Sealed Cavern?
She acts like she doesn't know what it
Yes,
is, but if you
it is
talk
a
to her
place in
later,
which
she
only
explains
members of
exactly
the
what it
royal
is.
family are allowed, but I'm making an exception. Do not fail us.
Your Majesty.
Alright, so I think if I approach the queen there, we get another sequence that I don't want to do. It temporarily recruits a character that becomes forced into your party at the end of the game and is potentially even worse. Well, I wouldn't say he's worse, but he's almost as bad as Roger, and I just can't stand him. There's no reason to recruit him early. We get stuck with him anyway, so whatever. But yeah, what Fate did in the last episode, I think it was in the last episode, with Amina bringing her into Dion's room and them both healing over. Yeah, that's probably the stupidest thing Fate has done, and is the stupidest thing he will do. So he gets smarter after that, and he makes better decisions. Now, if we want to, what we need to do here is we need to go here. I don't think this is voiced. I could be wrong. But yeah, they didn't really tell us where to go to find Sealed Cavern. It's here, in case you were wondering. Oh, leave that finger alone, Nell. No one wants to see that. It belongs in an episode of South Park. Just drawing runes. Hey. Well, impressive. Most impressive. See, I told you, she explains the whole damn bit right now. Oh, let me guess, we're going to find monsters have evolved in a relatively short amount of, time, or historical time anyway. And yeah. So if we do that, we go talk to you. Ronaldo dying. Must be careful. Now, before going in, you do want to talk to this priestess here. Or one of the court's merchants. Disintegration hammers. Now, this starts a trend that we're going to see some disintegration objects or items, and we'll be able to destroy certain parts of the map. Walls, certain things. Some of them are weaker than others, obviously. Since we're starting with hammers, those are the weakest ones. Magic hammer would be more fun, but oh well. So yeah, basically we need this in order to get through the area. So basically how this works, you hit shut up. I'm not gonna roll with that. I think you hit the square button, or the select button or something like that, and then something. You can't do it when you're in the city. Anyway, we're not gonna go in there yet. Hell no. Guess who? We got Maria. And she comes with the weakest piece of shit weapon you can possibly imagine. Now, I have an extra piece of anointed chainmail, which is nice, so I'm going to give that to her and up her stats dramatically. I'm also going to give her... What am I going to give her? Basically, you want to keep, because she's rather underleveled and weak at this stage, you do want to keep her kind of... what's the word I'm looking for? Not so weak, so giving her just attack isn't necessarily the best choice. Things to increase your defense will be, of course, very useful. The War God symbol, I got this in the fight against Albel and I haven't gone over it yet. This is a great item to give her, even though it doesn't up her defense, just because it ups her attack by 30, hit by 20. Very nice item to have. You could give her one of the Feline Guardians if you wish on doing that. I'm going to be able to keep her far enough away. I'm going to control her in the upcoming area. So I don't think it's going to be too much of a problem. So I think I'm just going to give her attack myself. But if you're not kind of prepped, or say you may want to give her something like that so that you can run away faster if you need to, giving her, the Scholar's Bracelet doesn't serve a lot of purpose, even though she's demonstrated magical abilities. That's the one I want on there. Symbology. Let's take a look. She has the protection spell, and that's it. As you can see, though, she has a lot of MP. She has over half the amount of MP compared to her crap-ass HP. Now, because I'm going to control her immediately, and because her skills are kind of dependent, or at least me leveling them up, are very dependent upon me using them multiple times, I'm going to want more HP for her. So, I'm basically just going to do that. We can do one of each of those too, why not? But yeah, you do want to upgrade her HP quite a bit, and that should help her out a little bit. Yeah, give her, double her HP, which she needs desperately. And basically, I'm going to throw out Nell at this stage, not because I want to, just because she sucks in the upcoming area. Maria's not the best in that area. It's kind of a difficulty spike area, so unfortunately she's going to not be doing a whole lot. She'll be standing at a distance and not taking a lot of damage, hopefully. But let's go over her skills real quick here. She's got Aiming Device, which is a single shot, costs MP as opposed to HP, and does MP damage and HP damage, but it's more useful as MP damage, I think. At the start it does more HP damage, but that will change quite quickly. And she also has Scatter Beam. Now Scatter Beam hits, multiple shots come out, and she has a gun, obviously, as we've seen. So yeah, Scatter Beam can be used at long range, though I don't know why you would. Scatter Beam is really useful close range, where you can actually have all of those shots that come out hit the enemy, instead of, one of them hitting an enemy and maybe one other one hitting an enemy. So I like to go Aiming Device on long and Scatter Beam on short, and as you can see, they don't use up a whole lot, but she doesn't have all that much at this stage anyway, so let's just throw Standby Healing. She will very shortly get critical hit MP, I believe, so I'll be throwing that on soon as well. Give her Berserk. You know what? No, I want her to have the additional defense right now. She really does need it. And let's go Tactics and replace. Oddly enough, you can get rid of Fate right now. I can't remember if I mentioned this before. Yeah, I did mention this. Never mind. Trying to remember what's going on here. Anyway, so let's do this. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to set her as my main character. And now that we have her kind of outfitted with armor and gear and stuff, we need to make her a weapon. Now, the best weapon you can buy is the blaze gun from the Retail Rabbit. I think it's available if you go back to Suferio. I would recommend against that because it's fire elemental. Yep. But if you want to invent something for her, she definitely has the ability. Let's just take a look at her item creation abilities. Nothing is outstanding, but she's got good engineering skills, good compounding skills, good writing skills, and good alchemy skills. When a lot of the other characters only have, like, Roger has 3 skills that he's anywhere decent at. She's got, 3. She's got, most of hers. And Fade, of course, has pretty much everything. Cliff's got, 3. 2, really. Synthesizing skills really don't matter all that much because synthesizing is guaranteed to work. So I don't even know why they have a skill for that. Whatever. Anyway, so we've done this. What we need to do is for... Oh, I didn't... Nah. I could go back and use a different one, but in order to make her weapons, we need to use engineering. So I'm just going to use these ones at this location, do it here. I've got plenty of money anyway. I'm not worried. Now, the value for this one is between 1095 and 1209. So if I don't find it very shortly, I'll find it off screen and then we'll create a nice weapon for her. Okay, there we go. I found a value in between, what did I say, 1095 and 1209. Just throw that on fast forward because it's probably going to take a while. And yeah, so this is going to get us a weapon that's much better than what we can buy. And yeah, just all around better. Okay, Pulse Needle. That's the only thing I need to invent for now. We don't need to invent anything else for quite some time, so let's take a look at that. Yeah, 120. It's not great, but it's way better than what she has. I think the Blaze Gun has an attack of 110, but this is non-elemental. And no, this isn't the one I'm thinking of, is it? No, it isn't. Damn. There's another weapon that I just couldn't, I didn't have enough ability to make at this stage that has an interesting stat on it called -2 to Fury. Now, while that may seem like a small number, basically it minuses 2 points from your Fury with each attack. Now, if you combine that with Berserk, you can basically get an extra, 15 or 20 Fury out of it, especially if you're attacking quite often with battle skills, like she will be, because her, 20 Fury, that uses 25. These actually use quite a bit, but if you turn on Berserk, they drop down by half. So, 10, 12. Yeah, you actually get a couple of extra attacks in sometimes, so it's very, very useful to do. But anyway, we've set up Maria as best we can at this stage. There's nothing else we really need to buy at this stage. I don't see any reason to leave, go do anything else. Let's just check the item creation logs here. Let's see here. Bunch of useless junk. Okay, that's fine. I don't think we have any new people that I could go recruit. Inventor info. Can't get him yet. I could get her. Both. Getting her requires getting somebody else who can cook, which means getting her first. So I'll do those later, like I've said before. Him, you can't pick up until you go to the next area. And as you can see, his alchemy talent is decent, even if his the amount of time is increased by, 40%, which kind of sucks, but oh well. No, not that. So anyway, with that being said, I've healed up Maria. That's all we need to do. Now we can move on. I won't be doing much with this area today. Just basically want to get inside, and that's pretty much the extent of it. I'm fast forwarding through this because it's a long, narrow hallway. It's like I'm playing Final Fantasy 13 again. I actually recently just bought Lightning Returns. So yeah, this area is what it is. Okay, that's how this works. You press the square button, it opens up the menu. You press the X button, you'll try and use it, but only if there's something to actually use it on. So I press X right now, it doesn't do anything. That cancels it off. And what retry does is basically you can kind of lock yourself into an area with this ability, or not necessarily lock yourself in, but you know, you can screw things up so that you can't get out, or that you just simply can't do what you want to do by destroying the right thing at the right time. And so you'll need to do something, you know, reset. You could obviously just leave the room, which sometimes seems to work, or you can just press the retry button, it'll reload the scene, and you can start again. Now, we only have 10 of these, so I wouldn't, you know, don't use them too liberally, but you have enough to get through, I think, the entirety of the next area, though I'm not 100% sure, so I might end up heading back at some point to pick up more, because you just talk to her and you get some more for free. I was thinking it would open more part of the map there. Anyway, that's going to do it for this episode of Let's Play Star Ocean 3. Next time, we'll continue through the very small Sealed Cavern. As you can see, I've got almost 15% of the map already. And then we'll move on to the Shrine of Kadan. Anyway, that's all for this one, and I'll see you guys next time.